I'm not assuming anything. I'm not saying anything. It just would be pretty cool because they did Superman 78. They did Batman 89. Why not do some Snyderverse comic books too? This doesn't affect the DCU. And there are people that do lose their minds when it comes to that side too. I had to call out somebody that, Jesus Christ. We got Zack Snyder. We got Zack Snyder, the GOAT. That is Zack Snyder, who took a selfie. Well, not a selfie, but he took a picture with another GOAT, and I'm sure you guys saw this. That's right, he took a picture with Jim Lee. That's right, the DC genius. That is Jim Lee. Look at those two right there, smiling together, having a good time. Makes me wonder what kind of conversations they had, huh? Didn't we just talk about it? I just posted the video from talking about it last week about how Scott Snyder wanted to do some Snyderverse comic books. Now we got the CCO right there of Jim Lee taking a picture, spending some time. Now it could mean nothing. Could mean absolutely nothing. Most likely is absolutely nothing. But Zack has expressed that he has pitched Snyderverse comic books. He has said, he said it on my stream, I'm probably gonna have to dig it up somewhere, that he did pitch Snyderverse books to DC and they turned him down. But I'm kind of wondering now that we're further along, maybe Jim Lee would be like, yeah, we could do some Snyderverse books. Maybe some comic books, whether showing the sequels, which I know, and I saw, and when I talked about it, people, of course, went crazy and said, no, they gotta be live action because these spoiled little brats need their live act. They want Zack and everybody to just stop what they're doing and make two big giant Justice League sequels for, obviously it would take Zack about at least 3 years. Take a break from your passion project, Zack. You got to come back and do this. I'm just saying, why can't we have both? Why can't we start with comic book and then maybe if it's popular enough or something like that, maybe they could fit it in where maybe something could happen. I don't know. It is kind of interesting. So, I don't know. I'm not assuming anything. I'm not saying anything. It just would be pretty cool because they did Superman 78. They did Batman 89. Why not do some Snyderverse comic books too? This doesn't affect the DCU. And there are people that do lose their minds when it comes to that side too. I had to call out somebody that, Jesus Christ. It's like, hey, this is just a comic book. This is not going to affect anything. Just like the Superman 78 or Batman 89, that didn't affect anything either. It's just a run of books that maybe, hey, we can get some other stories of these certain iterations of the characters that we love so much. There's nothing wrong with that. But what's funny is, let's face it, Zack posted this right here. He didn't post the James Gunn one. Hey, you have to post. Yeah, you have to poke fun at that because a lot of people, of course, were pointing that out. Like, hey, he didn't post that James Gunn, picture. Only James Gunn posted that. Zack didn't. I'm like, yeah, he probably doesn't like James Gunn as much as Jim Lee. I think we can all agree with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, they have respect, but hey, he probably didn't want to get caught up in that madness that is currently happening, of course. When it comes to, James Gunn and everything like that. He didn't want to get caught up in that madness and post a picture too or retweet it or something like that. He probably didn't want to, let's stay away from that. I'm not going to post that kind of stuff, but it's safe, it is kind of funny though because I was kind of wondering, I'm like, is he going to post that image of him and James Gunn? He did not, but he posted this, so did Jim Lee. So maybe they were just like, damn, that fucking James Gunn guy, right? Nah.